this one, I don't know. What's the specification for this? This tandem.
Alright.
Bunch of
So you guys have finished week 1 and 2 file open. You guys should have a file like this. We have all these. You have all of these. You have your
Yeah, 30 kilometers.
you have your design.
Oh, it doesn't show what? 30 kilometers? 30 kilometers?
Your design level and your existing level. Yeah.
Oh,
So thumbs up if you guys all have a file like this. Yeah. I'll just give you guys a few more seconds just to open that file up.
wait, is this from the process? Oh, check this one, I think. Sorry. That's easy.
You're gonna bring a pro and a tripod like that.
Check out of
Yeah.
it.
Thumbs up if you guys have this. Not yet. You guys have this file? Just waiting on a few more minutes.
No, some photos.
Okay? Does everyone have this file open? Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah? Alright. Okay, so I can start on the week 3 notes. Yeah? Okay, so yeah, I'll continue on the week 3 notes. Alright, so these are our topics for today, for our learning guide. We have the cut and fill quantities, balancing slope arrows, the contour labels, the sample line section production, the section to section production, and the preparation for export, and we will be exporting what can. Alright, so here, to go to our learning guide, it says go to the ribbon, analyze, volumes, materials and volumes dashboard, and we will be creating a new volume surface. So if you go here, click analyze on this top ribbon, and click on this volumes dashboard, here, it will calculate our cut and fill, and the net volumes for volume surfaces. And if you click on that button, this box should appear for the volumes dashboard. Yeah? Is everyone following me? Just a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. So now we will be creating a new volume surface. We have to click this create new volume surface button, the one with the little sun on it. Click on that, and this create surface box. Okay. So now we can name this. We can name it. It says volume surface. You can name it volumes or cut and fill volumes, whatever you want to name it. Yeah. Yeah. And then on the volume surfaces in the properties, you would change the base surface to our existing ground or whatever you named it. I named mine James surface, EG. So I would choose my existing ground. And the comparison surface, which is the corridor. Yeah. Just click OK. And then we have the base surface as my existing ground, and comparison surface as the corridor. Yeah. Here, we know here that usually cut and fill, it's 1 to 3, right? If we take out some cut, we fill it, it's 1 to 3. But for the purpose of this course, we will just leave it as 1 to 1. Just in the future though, if you're working with Civil 3D, the roading, you have to change these. Just because it's cut and fill, we know that it's not 1 to 1. Yeah? But for the purpose of this course, we'll assume that it is 1 to 3 and just leave it. Yeah, so I just have to read it. And then once you have those, just press OK. Yeah. And this volume surface should show up. Yeah. And then here we can see, if we open it, we can see here that our cut value, volume is 124 meters cubed, and our fill is 249 cubic meters. See, and we can see here on the net graph that the fill, there's more fill than cut. So we have to adjust it. We will adjust our existing ground and our design levels. So
Oh, I have to do that.
you can just drag this to the side or drag it to the bottom if you want. So here at the bottom, you can drag it to the bottom. And you can change your design levels. So here you notice that if you've done a lot of curves, it will naturally have a lot of curves. So that's also one of the reasons why I don't want a lot of curves, because it'll be harder to edit it. And obviously it makes the road less smooth. Yeah. So if you play around with these, for example, one of the curves, if I zoom in on one of the curves, see here, one of the curves here, just zoom in on it and just click one of them, and you can actually drag it down and up and down, whatever. Yeah. If you do change it, see, it will say out of date. What this means is that you have to refresh again your surfaces, or rebuild, sorry. You have to rebuild your surface and your corridors. And yeah, if you rebuild it again, you will have your cut and fill volumes adjusted. Yeah. So we can see here that what we want is we want sort of the same amount of cut and fill. So we'll try to get it around the same amount. So you can see here, this is looking at the thought. Shall we change one of this? Or this? We need more fill, so I will put this on. And then rebuild. Sorry? You can try to get it to as close as you can, would be better. Just leave it as 1-to-1 cut and fill. You guys know that's 1-to-3 though, if you use cut and fill. But for the purpose of this, just use 1-to-1. Yep. And just get as close as you can, where this graph, you can see on the net graph where it's balanced. Yeah. Just try to get as close as you can, I guess. Alright. So now we can see here that we have our cut and fill quantities balanced. Yeah. You can see it changing here in the cut and fill and here the depth. Okay, so now we do a save as. Save as. Yeah. So just a thumbs up if you guys have adjusted your cut and fill quantities, and it's pretty close, not yet. Yeah, just give you guys just a little more time just to play around with those cut and fill quantities. Try to get as close as you can.
So that means when you're doing that sign, you're
Just try to get as close as you can. Yeah. So show thumbs up if you're happy, you're satisfied with your cut and fill quantities. It's just practice, so I mean it doesn't have to be perfect now. So thumbs up if you guys are satisfied with your cut and fill. And you can also play around with it depending on where the curves are. Right? I have some curves here, so I can bring it down. I have some over here, I can bring it down.
You have to review it first. So when you test it, you have to review every single time.
Is anyone's cut and fill volumes not changing? There is? Yeah? Your one's not changing? That means that you might have switched around your base or a comparison surface.
So I need to.
Oh, I get through there.
So that means you have to change
Every time you have those,
the closest to I think there's line up right. This one down.
balance enough to move.
Oh, the circle.
Question?
There you go.
What do you want to fill? Net fill.
The cut is just click from the other.
So instead of net, you got.
Oh,
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. So only one. Keep that.
No.
If you change the base surface, the three dots to your existing, that was existing graph.
Yeah,
You
uneven
change
surface.
okay.
So
The
the correct way.
present surface as a corridor. Yes. Then he said that assume that this is like 1 of 1, the cut and fill factor. You see something 1 of 1 and 3.
Yeah, I know that.
But just assume it's 1 and 3, so you just press OK.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, right? Did it work? Oh, there, nice.
So this is
Okay, now the one's pretty close. Oh, that's pretty close already. We can
Okay,
try
we won't
to
spend too
adjust
much time on the cut and fill, because I have to check everyone's assignment. We'll move on.
yeah.
Alright? So next, on our learning guide, we have the slope arrows. We'll go back to the properties and change it to the A and Z slope arrows and contours. Yeah. So if we zoom in on our surface, right? We zoom in and just select. You can exit this volume dashboard. You can get rid of your volume dashboard if you want. If you zoom in and select one of your surface or contours, it will select everything. Just right click and go to the properties here. You will get your properties on the right side. And here, just change the style. Change the surface style. Remember how we changed it to A and Z contours once, 1 meter? We can change that one to the slope and arrows and contours. 0.5 or 5 meters. It says here we choose 5 meters, 0.5 meters. So just select that one. And when you select that one, you should get these arrows everywhere. Yeah? Just a thumbs up if you guys have got that. Yeah. Go to slope arrows. Right? So now we will edit those. We'll edit those arrows. We will go to the surfaces on the prospector tab. We go expand these surfaces. Expand your existing ground surface. Expand the definition. Oh, sorry, I need to expand that. Just here. So here, right click and edit your surface style. Yeah. And here you will see this box that shows up. Thumbs up. You guys have this box? No? You want me to show it again? You guys want me to show it again? How it looks to that stage? Yeah? I'll go over it again. So here, we go to the prospector tab on the tool space. We have our prospector here. So click on the prospector. And then we open our surface, expand our surfaces. And then we go to our existing ground, whatever you named it. James' surface, existing ground, whatever you named it. So just right click on it, and then right click, and then click on the edit surface style. Yeah? And you should get this surface style box. Yeah? Alright? Good. So next, we will go to the summary tab over here, the rightmost tab, summary tab, and we will go to the scroll down to the slope arrows over here at the bottom. So if you roll your cursor, or you can drag this one, you go down to the bottom and find slope arrows. I want you guys to expand that one. And here we can see its properties. We can change it to whatever color we want, blue, green, hydro, whatever. If you want to see that change, we click apply. And we will get our arrows. We can see that it changes every time we press apply. So we can do land, whatever, depending on the use of your arrows. Yeah? You can do red, whatever we want. For example, if they want red arrows, we'll use, you can stick to green if you want, just for this practice. And we can also change it to, we can also change the height of the arrow. Here, we change it to, we choose 1, just 1 meter. Yeah, and just press, just click on the apply button. Yeah, we can see that the arrow sizes have decreased. Yeah, and once you have that, just click apply and OK. Yeah, and you should have your slope arrows, or just arrows, whatever. So thumbs up if you guys have that. Yeah. Yeah. You want me to go over it again? You want me to go over it again? You guys have that? Alright, continue. Alright. So now we will be labeling our contours.
Nothing changes.
So
Is that because after make the one and finish this stuff?
So here, we will be labeling our contours. So if you go to the annotate, on top of the ribbon, annotate tab, we will find this add labels, and then we will click on surface, add surface labels. Alright?
You have to redo.
So here, on our ribbon, we go to annotate, this annotate tab, and we go here to the add labels, we on the surface,
Yeah.
add surface labels. Yeah, I want you guys to click on that,
What?
and you will get this this box. Yeah. So here, just change this one, the label type, to contour multiple. Yeah. Just leave this one as surface, leave the feature as surface, and change your label style to contour multiple. Not the contour single or not the contour multiple interval. You guys can play around with that if you want to, but for now you can just do contour multiple.
How we have to when
Yeah.
we have to review.
Okay.
Review.
Alright. So for the major contours,
We go into
we can choose ANZ design contour major one.
until middle. For yes.
Okay. We can use ANZ design contour position point one for the minor. Choose point one, and then user contour label style we can use what does it say here? Minor, okay. Use the ANZ design contour minor, position point one. Yeah. Once you have these, just click add. Okay, mine has. Okay. Yeah. It says here. Repeat down. Okay. So here, on a ribbon, we click annotate. Right. Click on add labels, surface, add surface labels. This one. This one. You got up to this. So this one, just use ANZ design contour major point one. This one, yeah, use ANZ design contour minor point one. This one you can just leave it as contour minor point one. Yeah. You click add. And if you click add, you can see here it says add contour labeling. Select a surface. So if they click on a surface that we want labeled, so we will select this one. So, yeah, if you click on that surface, it will say specify first point. Yeah. If you just click somewhere, we will see that it's labeled. Yeah. Makes it way easier. Remember how you guys had to do that manually back in civil structural drawing? Yeah? Okay. So here, how I want you guys to label your contours is sort of like a zigzag, right? Obviously, it's gonna crash. Yeah. Don't have too many contour labels, as your drawing could get crowded. Right? See? Somewhere like that. Try to label all of your contours.
What
Alright.
is one called?
Contours that don't have labels
It's too big.
will mean that your levels, you don't know what your levels are. Alright? So try to have all of your contour labels. Yeah? And try to have a maximum of 3. Yeah, be lenient since the deadline's pretty short. I'll give you guys maximum of 4 contour labels on one contour line. But just if you have it on one side, you don't have to do it on the other side. But if it's missing some on some side, you can do it on the other side as well. I'll just show you guys one more on the right side. I'll do 4. Maximum 4. Because if you have too many, it's gonna look crowded. The drawing's gonna look crowded. Right? So yeah, do the same. Yes. So it's labeled. It's done. Right. Okay. Now we will generate the section view. Just a thumbs up if you guys have disabled your drawing? Yeah? No? Not yet? Thumbs up? Need a minute? I've got to get through this one as fast as I can so I can get to see you guys' assignments and so I can answer your questions. Yeah? How are you guys doing? This on the left side? You're doing right? Alright, I'll move on. Alright, the section. Wait, make a save as first. Sometimes it crashes. Save as. Make a new save as. Name it whatever you want to. Yeah. We will be creating a section or sections. So if you go here to the home profile over here, we will select the sample lines. So we click on the alignment. Alright. So if we go home, click this home word here, and then we click on sample lines. Yeah. You will find this profile and section views on the home profile. Here, just click on the sample lines. And it will say at the bottom here, select an alignment, or press enter the key to select from this. So just click on your alignment, click on your horizontal alignment, and this create sample line box will appear. Right? Just name this one. Okay, sample line. Okay, name it sample line 1. Yeah. Okay. Just press OK. Just click on that OK button at the bottom. Okay. Now it says here on the we will see the sample line tools box. And I want you guys to click on, see this button? I want you guys to click this right arrow on the bottom that's pointing down. It's called sample line creation methods. I want you guys to click on that arrow and change it to range of stations. Yes. So once you've done that, I want you guys to click OK. Sorry. No. I missed a step. Sorry. I skipped a step. So if you open this, oh sorry, some of you guys clicked OK already, right? My bad. Sorry. Alright, I'll restart. I'll restart. Yeah. Okay. So here, quick sample lines. Select the alignment. Name it sample line 1. Click OK. Click this arrow pointing down on the sample line methods. Click by range of stations. And this create sample lines box will show up. Here, if we look at the properties, we change the sampling increments. We change the increments along tangents, increment along curves, and increment along spirals. So it says to change these ones to 10 meters. Yeah, change all of them to 10 meters. And click this OK button. Right. So if we exit this sample line tools, we can see that our stations, our sample line stations have been created. Yeah? So it's in every 10 meters, like what we typed in the properties box. So we can double check that. 10 meters. Yeah? Cool? Thumbs up? Thumbs up to this? Alright. Okay. We'll move on. Click the escape button. And now you guys can create your section views. Here. So now we will produce the section and we will go back to the home, click on the section views and then section views and click on the create multiple views. Okay, so this create multiple section views box will open up. Okay, so now what we do is we rename this section view name. Rename it section view cross section, whatever you want to name it. Section view cross section. Whatever. Yep. Section view name, section view, description, cross section. Yeah. Okay. So here we go to the section placement, and then you will click on these three dots, the square with the three dots. Yeah. And we change it to A1 to 200. What? It's not here. Oh, oops. Sorry, we click this button again. We click this, three dots, and click these three buttons. Sorry, these three dots. Click it again. You can choose the AutoCAD Civil 3D section sheet ANZ. So if you expand this, yes, you will see find the AutoCAD Civil 3D 2024 section sheet ANZ. Should be over here, just above the Autodesk Civil 3D Imperial. Yeah, just click on that and click open. And here you can see the A1 1 to 200. Just thumbs up. You guys done this? All right. Okay. I'll move on. Okay. So click OK. Let's have a look at your other tabs. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Here, in your data bands, go to your data bands, and you can see here the surface 1, surface 2 are the same. You have to change surface 2 to your existing ground, or whatever you named it. You named it James surface, or whatever you named it. So let's change it. And then now we press the create section views. Yeah. Just find the spot, put it.
Jesus, okay.
And here we can see that the cross sections have been generated automatically. That's these
That big
cross sections will be on the stations. All right. So just a quick explanation. Okay. All right. So. So this is your corridor, all right? You guys see it there clearly? Yeah? So this is the corridor, all right? And this is my starting point. And say this is 475. This is the end of my corridor. This is the start of my corridor, right? So if I have some sample lines going through it, this is going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This is why I said to decide on what direction you're going to do before you start part B. Assuming you guys haven't started part B. Depends on how you choose to position your corridor, right? So if you start from here to here, that will mean that you're going down. So you will go 0 to, yeah. So that means you'll be driving on the left side, right? Because it's where you drive on the left side in New Zealand. That means you will be driving here. And whatever is on the right is what we have to include in our cross sections. All right? Now, if we're driving from the bottom to the top, so if we start from 0 here, start 475 here, right? We drive on the left side, and we will be adding whatever is on the right side of our cross sections. Yeah? Is that clear to you guys? Right? And also remember when we did the cross sections cross sections. Oh no, you guys didn't do that. Okay. All right. So what happens here basically is when you're looking, for example, we have sample lines. Okay. So, all right. So if we have 0 meters, 10 meters, 20 meters, 0, 10, 20, 30, right? So whatever is in front of your cross section will be included in your cross section. Whatever is past will be included in this one. This one will be included in this one. This one will be included in this one, right? It's like when we're driving in a racetrack, we only see what's in front, not behind of us, right? So whatever's in front of us will be added into this cross section. I don't want to see, for example, this tree here, obviously in 0 because that's nowhere near my cross section, right? And when you're doing your cross sections, so if we have our center line here, all right. So if this, all right. Okay. So this is my platform, right, or my road. We will have some distance, right? So for example, let's say this is the 20, right? So it's here, and we have, say, a tree here. If it's within, say, for the purpose of this course, I only want you guys to do 15, either side, so 15 meters, 15 meters. Anything from the left side, 15 meters, anything on the right side, 15 meters. I want you guys to include. Anything past that, I don't want you guys to include. I don't need you guys. If you guys include it, that's fine. If you guys include it, it's fine. But if you guys don't include it, that's fine. But if it's within it, I have to see it. For example, there's a house here, little house, or whatever. Okay? I want you guys to include that in your drawing if it's within 15 meters. Right? Yeah? Is that clear to everyone? Yeah? Obviously, if it's in this area, obviously it shouldn't be in this area, right? So whichever one is relevant in, right? Which cross section is relevant in. Okay?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Right now it doesn't have anything. Right now we can see that it doesn't have anything because I haven't added any of the additional things on it. We can see that it's empty. The other things haven't been added. But later on, when you use this in the future, you can add things like pipes. You can add pipes. You can add a pipe network. You can add other things onto it, intersections, and other things in the future. But for the purpose of this course, I will require you guys to do that manually. Whatever the assignment asks you to do, just follow that one. Assignment brief, plan brief, whatever it asks you to do. Whatever data is given, I want you guys to add it on your drawing. Yeah? I've given you guys the additional data already, so it should be on your drawing already. Okay? So now we will prepare for exports. Oh, we have to do save as. Sorry. Save as, do a save as. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. We'll save as. Yeah. So now we'll do an export. Okay. Right. So it's a bit complicated. So for the labels, right? I asked you guys to the layout. Some people are asking what the layout is, right? So if this is my area. For example, I'll have some things like this. I'll have the corridor. I mean, if I do have a corridor, whatever. Like, I'll have some trees or whatever. Just label it, all right? So for those who weren't in Roger's class, all right, when you label, I'll show you guys how to label it. When you label, what he wanted you guys to do, or what he required from you guys, is when you label it, when you have text, if it's pointing down, to be on the bottom. For example, IL 47, it'll be on the bottom, right? If it's pointing up, what he wants is the top of that line should be on the top of the text. I'll show you guys that later. And for the purpose of the export, right? I want you guys to keep it at 2.75. That's different because when you export to AutoCAD, AutoCAD is 1 to 1000. But I'll give you guys a quick explanation of that one. Okay. So, give you guys a quick explanation of that one. Because currently, Civil 3D is on 1 to 500. AutoCAD is by standard, it's 1 to 1000. It'll be different. I'll show you guys how to do the labeling first. So here, you go annotate. You guys should have done this before though. I'll show you guys, for those who haven't been to Rogers one, I'll show you guys. So, yeah, okay, so I'm not sure how Roger did it, but I just type multi-liter or M-liter, whatever. Yep, and just click enter. You can do your multi-liter. For example, also have capitals in your drawings. No lower cases, please. Row. Right? So I have that. So if I click on it, right click, you can go to the properties. You can go to the left attachment. If it's facing left, there will be a left attachment, of course. If it's facing right, it's a right attachment. So if it's pointing down, I want it on the bottom of the text. Bottom line. If it's pointing up, for example, if it's pointing up, obviously that looks unprofessional. I want it to point from the top. Oops. You guys should have done this already, but in civil structural drawing. But for those who haven't taken it with Roger, I'm just telling you guys now. So bottom, if it's bottom, then bottom. Yeah, bottom. Top.
But then it's usually middle.
Right?
It's usually middle.
With Roger?
Yeah.
You guys sure?
There's no bottom or top. There's always middle.
If it's two text, it's on the bottom one. So like in the middle of the bottom rows.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two rows.
Okay, but for me, I want you guys to have the top of the top, the bottom bottom. Yeah? Right? And the text type, you can also change the text type if you go properties. You can also change the text type.
No, it's middle.
Okay. So give you guys a quick explanation of that as well. For the labeling, for those labels that I just mentioned, right? So 3.5. Just use 3.5 for now, 3.5 millimeters, right? For your labels. But you'll have to do some calculations. Since Civil 3D is by standard 1 to 500, right? AutoCAD by standard is 1 to 1000. So we'll have different scales when you export. Alright, but I'll tell you guys about that later. So this, if our scale is 1 to 500, you can see here. Yeah, see here it's 1 to 500 by standard, right? So what we'll do is we will times that times 500, because that's our scale, divided by 1000, because these Civil 3D and AutoCAD, Autodesk products, they will be on meters. So that's why we divided by 1000, right? So that should give us 1.75. So just use 1.75, all right, for your label. Yeah. For now, right? But that's going to be a different pace in Part C, because you will have different different scaling. When you export it, and this might get confusing, right? But when you export it, the text will go ×2 bigger. This is because AutoCAD is 1 to 1000. So this, when we export it, it will become 3.7. Oh, sorry, 3.5 again. Right? It will go back to 3.5 because it will ×2 that because AutoCAD is in 1 to 1000. Right? So what we'll do is we have this again. So if we do 1.75 times 500 divided by, sorry, there's a quicker way to do this. What we can do is we go 3.5 times 1000 divided by 1000 plus, so we just use the same one, 3.5, 3.5. When you export from Civil 3D AutoCAD, right? Obviously, you can do it on AutoCAD, so you can just forget about this and just do your thing on AutoCAD and just do the calculation there. Or you can do it in Civil 3D and export it, but it'll be ×2 bigger. So it's up to you guys, right? So just a thumbs up if you guys got that. Do you want me to explain? Is anyone still a little bit?
So when we draw it on there,
Yeah.
make it 1.65.
Yeah, for the labeling, yes.
And then if we export it to AutoCAD, if we don't change the formatting,
Yeah, it will go ×2 bigger.
it'll automatically be changed.
Yeah, because AutoCAD is naturally 1 to 1000.
So if we make it 1.75 on here, it'll be correct thing.
For this drawing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you're submitting, I guess, make it the correct size. Or you can just forget about this and just do your drawing. You can do the calculation for just AutoCAD scaling. Because if you, we just use
Shit like that. He's like 2 years younger than me. 2 years? He's in high school. I'm friends with his
Is
brother.
that clear to you guys? That explanation?
Every time I say,
That-
Jack.
That little calculation, is that clear to you guys?
He's just taking
Yeah.
it.
You guys have any questions about this?
There you go.
Yeah?
Very English. I know. You know, he's half
Alright, we'll
Chinese.
move on.
He's
We'll
Filipino
export.
and half Chinese.
You ever see here? Oh, it doesn't say it. It doesn't say it here. But it's naturally 1 to 1000 because it works in meters. It's 1 to 1. It works 1 to 1, which means it's 1 meter to 1 meter. So that's 1000 meters. 1000 millimeters. It's naturally 1 to 1000 scaling. Yeah. Okay. So we'll export it now. Alright. So so preparation for export. Yeah, there's only example. Okay, so now we're ready for export. So if you go to the output tab on above our ribbon, you will see this export Civil 3D drawing. We will do just that and just give it a file name, select the folder to put it in, and just export it. Okay. Alright. So if we go to our ribbon, we look at the top here, top of our ribbon, we will see output. So home, insert, annotate, modify, and manage output. Click output. And here, just click export Civil 3D drawing. And from there, just rename it, whatever you want to name it, in the destination file. So the destination file will be the name after. Name it, I don't know, James, practice, whatever I want to name it. Right. And just click on the destination folder, choose a destination folder. For me, I'll put on downloads, or I'll put on my. Yeah, choose. Right. So choose your destination where you want to put it. If you want to save it to your flash drive or whatever. Okay. So yeah, I renamed it. The file I wanted to name it, and the destination folder, practice. Yeah. Right. Okay. So just click on export. And just wait for that. So any questions so far? Right. Just use 3.5 for the assignment as well, for your labels, for now. Alright, that's going to change in part 3. Yeah, so once that is exported, click OK. And it should be in your destination folder. Yeah. So you'll get a layout, your layout here. We didn't do anything there. And we have here the model. Just click on the model, and then we'll export whatever Make sure to open it with the AutoCAD, not the Civil 3D. You can open it in Civil 3D. Keep in mind, if you don't export it like this, and you just open your Civil 3D file straight to AutoCAD, you won't be able to edit a lot of the things there. So just, you have to export this, it's an important step.
So many months already. Literally the first semester, first 4 weeks.
You'll be ready to open AutoCAD first. Alright. So I have AutoCAD here. Just click open. Open your file that you just exported. Alright. See? We also exported some of the layers as well that we created. Yeah. Got the layers. Alright. You can see here that it didn't save. My borderline layer didn't save. So I have to Your layers should export as well. you guys know how to do the viewports as well? How to put in the viewport? What the viewport settings and things are? The zoom. I'll go over that again as well. If we go layout, right? Name it. I don't require you guys. I don't require this in part A or B. I just need this in part C. For example, existing site plan, for example. Right? Rename it. Whatever. So if you type in print or plot, whatever, change this one. You guys should have done this though, but I'm doing this for the people who haven't done Roger's class or civil structural drawing in a while. Just go to DWG to PDFs. Change the plot style to either ACAD or monochrome, whatever. I'll do ACAD. Change your paper size to ISO full bleed A1. Make sure it's the landscape one, not the portrait one. So ISO full bleed A1, 1:1. And just click apply to layout. Right? Yeah. And just escape. Yeah. And you should get this. So to create the viewport, you can go to, you can just type in viewport, or you can go to layout and use your viewport commands here, or just type viewport. Alright, you can change whether it's a single, two, vertical, whatever. Alright. I'll do single. Alright. And if you I'll do that again. So viewport. Single. Okay. Specify first corner. Click. Click again. And you can see whatever was in the model space through this viewport in the layout space. Right? If you double click here, obviously you won't be able to move around here, but you move around here. If you're in this and it's this dark, thick black line, you would have to double click outside of it to deselect the viewport. Right? From here you can zoom in, go out, get your edits and everything. Right? Yep. So for the zoom, Z, XP, zoom,
Then go to
E, XP, 10XP. 10XP.
go to layout. Go to layout.
Z,
Right there. Then go to viewport. You type in viewport.
you can change it.
Viewport.
Yep. So if it asks you for 1 to 200, obviously you choose 1 to 200.
Yeah, then go single.
But it should be.
Beautiful.
It'll be depending on whatever scale you guys want. But a quick way to do this is just on the bottom here, 1 to 200.
1 to 200.
Yeah. Whatever scaling that
Right here.
it requires you to do, you can just change it here. There's a quick way to do it.
Oh, right
You
here.
have to click that page.
Just
Over 200.
close. No. That's simple. It's just a bit. No, you just cook it a little bit.
I actually fell for it, yeah, but someone said it. That it was there.
Oh, no, this is
Oh, yeah.
What happened to your legs?
I didn't save it.
I don't think it's
Because someone did
I think the borders.
Just be, you just do it.
No, it's gonna ask us.
Make this big? Yeah. Then, oh, you click on the box. Click on the box. Yeah.
Alright, so there's another option.
And then 1, 200.
You guys want to do it this way as well.
Very nice. And then you move your mouse.
You can either do it the other way, or you can do it like this, if you guys want. But as long as it's 1 to 200, the scaling, alright, it's fine to me. You guys do 1 to
Yeah,
200
just
here.
change it again. See?
Apply to layout.
And then you just move it around.
And then paste it here. It's fine. Fine by me.
Oh, you can see it.
Or you guys can do 1 to 1.
As long as you go
1 to 1 here.
Yes.
Alright.
As long as the viewport is in 1 to 200. Or whatever it requires you to do. Yeah, so you can do it that way, or you can do it this way. Yeah. And to rotate it,
I have week 2.
Yeah, week one. You have week
I can show you week 1. I have week 1.
you can rotate it here
And then I have week 2. I recorded week 2. Did you want me to send it to you?
using these commands. Yeah.
How do you want me to?
If you want to do it like this,
My wife is
I don't mind either.
so it's very easy to
If you guys submit your pointer like this, on the side or this side, just make sure that the label is on the correct way. Obviously, I don't want the labels
I can
upside
cut
down.
the video and send it to you.
Right?
Maybe 8 minutes or something.
And you do your labels here, whatever. Whatever is easier for you guys.
Oh, Louis.
So any questions so far? No? Yeah, so we'll have a break.
The what?
We'll be back 6:50. And I'll be doing a question and answer for 10 minutes. And then I'll check your guys' time and you guys are good to go. Yeah? 6:50?
Okay, fine.
We'll be back.